Here's head track and field coach Mike Heimerman. The Demons and Lady Demons heading down to Texas A&M on Friday. And coach, first time full out. Good performance last week with about half the squad, but now it's a chance for everyone to the ones who didn't last week, to really knock off the rust.
Yes, we're taking just about the entire roster. The only people that probably aren't traveling this weekend are the people who compete just outdoors. So we will take a lot of kids. I think we're taking close to 70. So it's a lot of athletes. Most of them are running in their specialty. So we should see a lot where we're at after this meet.
You mentioned that. You'll see, I guess, Jasmine Steele's back in the long jump. You'll see those type people. For the ones who didn't run their specialty or didn't compete in their specialty last week, what does that do for them?
Well, it kind of gives them a gauge on where they're at right now. You know, we're back 1 week last week, so it's pretty rough for anybody to go to LSU and compete. But, you know, even at 2 weeks, that's really rough because you don't have I don't think there's any sport that comes back for 2 weeks and then goes right into their season. Most of them have a month. So we're just going to see where we're at because we're still, I think, 5 weeks out from conference. So we have plenty of time, but it gives us a good feeling or a gauge on where we're at and where we want to be.
Ask Adam Pennington this last week. Of course, not a lot of newcomers last week took part, but some of the new faces you're probably looking forward to seeing where they're at, maybe even more so than the returners.
There's a few. We had a couple of them go last week on the jump side. We had Glencoya Hardy. She didn't have a great day in the long jump, so I know she wants to rebound. She was very upset, which is a good thing to see as a freshman, not being happy. We had a pretty good performance out of Latyra Jefferson in the high jump, but she, again, you know, for 5'9" 3/4", I think is what she cleared. It's probably our third best jump in school history. She was not very happy with that jump. I mean, she's a 6'1" high jumper, so she had a really good clearance at 6 foot, just knocked it off with her calves. But I see her hopefully having a good rebound. I know there's some other new ones. Linnell Washington, you know, she ran last week, but she's very, very raw at coming out of the blocks. She didn't even use starting blocks in high school, so she had a horrible start and still probably ran one of our fastest times for a freshman ever. So we see some more big things with her. And on the men's side, well, we had a couple freshman throwers that acted like freshmen. So hopefully, you know, just getting some experience lets them come out and maybe do some things that we expect of them. And on the men's side, and on the new side, we didn't have anybody jump, but we have Jeremy Lawson in the long jump. He jumps this week. And then we just, some of the other newbies, Junior Charles in the 400, and then Brandon Letts in the 60. You know, we're excited to see those two South Plains Junior College guys come out and go, and should be fun. I did leave off one girl on the new side, and now she's going to be running the 400, and she'd be mad when she watches this if I leave her out. And that's now I can't. Janelle Moore from South Plains also, because I just talked about the other two South Plains. But those three youngsters are going to be very, very fun to watch. They're very, very talented. Coach Adam Pennington did a phenomenal job recruiting them here, and they'll be fun to watch. But it'll just be a fun weekend or Friday to watch this entire group. Should be exciting.
For your guys, and I say your guys, your group in the throws, Marco Arvalo just named the Southland Conference Indoor Field Athlete of the Week. So a nice start for him. Go down there and get a win against 13 teams at the LSU Purple Tigers. So a good start for him and a good start for your group on that side.
Well, it was good. It was kind of a bad mark for him. You know, we trained through the meet, but like I told him, you know, he was struggling. He didn't feel well. He had to work on some things mentally, and, you know, for him to mentally battle and still, he won the meet by 4 feet, and it's still a horrible throw, but by his standards. And, you know, he was very, very pleased. That was his first collegiate win, and then he doesn't know he won Athlete of the Week. I saw that about maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago, so it's kind of funny, ironic, but you know what? It's still, you know, out of all the field athletes competed in the Southland Conference, everybody voted that was the best. So, you know, that'll be his first win of that, and so that'll be a good thing for him. So it's an exciting thing for Marco. And, you know, I got a young group. I think other than one senior, I got all freshmen and sophomores, so they're learning each week. You know, they get thrown into the fire, and they're going to do some big things this year. We just got to give them a little time.
And also, you get to go across and see some different competition. You kind of saw a lot of Louisiana schools this week. I know you'll see some more, or I should say this past week. I know you'll see some more this week. Looking forward to seeing different people to line up against, I would assume.
Well, it's always good to see different competition and just give you a good measuring stick on where you're at. We will see some more conference schools this week, so to give us a good feel on where we're at in the conference. But really, you know, in track and field, you really compete against yourself. you know, or the stopwatch or the tape measure, the two things you really compete against. But you know, it's always fun to go out there and line up against other people instead of who you practice with every day. You know, that gets old when, you know, we've been practicing 6 months for this time of year. So it's always exciting to, one, travel and then go and see new places, because there's a lot of these kids that have never been to Texas A&M, and it's a beautiful facility. So we'll go over there and compete, and it should be a great day.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.